Hey guys, it's Beautiful Energy Healing. Welcome to my channel. So this is going to be a general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the month of July. Now these messages may not resonate with every Pisces out there, so please take what resonates with you and leave out the rest. All right, Pisces. Let's see what we have for you this month. You know, Pisces, it feels like you already know what to do. You just don't want to do it. Okay, you've been thinking about it for so long, hoping something will change. But deep down, I think you already know where this is headed. Okay, and the longer you keep putting it off, the harder it's going to be. I mean, aren't you getting tired of dealing with the same situation and having the same conversations over and over again? Because no matter how much you think about it, the answer isn't changing. Okay, and at some point, you have to stop waiting for things to just magically get better and just decide what you're going to do about it. Listen, you know you want to walk away from this. Not because you don't care, but because you're tired of being disappointed. Okay, you've put a lot of time and effort into this. How much more do you need to do or give until you realize enough is enough? Listen, I know this isn't an easy decision to make, okay, because if you truly didn't care, you would have left already. But every time you start walking away, something keeps making you second guess yourself, and that's exactly why you're still here. Okay, the problem is that feelings keep getting in the way. Okay, it's like every time you're ready to do what you know you should do, you just end up talking yourself out of it. And because of that, you're having a hard time making a decision that you know needs to be made. Okay, it's almost like this person knows exactly what to say. Okay, whether it's promises, apologies, or just telling you what you want to hear, this person always seems to find a way to pull you right back in just when you're ready to leave. Okay, and that's what's making things even harder. Okay, and the reason you're in this whole situation is because you already know the truth. Pisces, this isn't one of those readings where you're confused or you're trying to figure out what's going on. You already know. Okay, the problem is that you're still trying to decide what to do with that information. Okay, at the end of the day, you're not blind to what's happening here. Okay, you've already seen the red flags and you've noticed the patterns. And there's been times where you looked at this situation and you're like, yeah, this isn't right. Okay, and if you think about it, you've already been through a lot with this person. Okay, there was a point where you were trying to forget everything that happened and just move on. Okay, and I really think part of you believed that it was done and over with. Okay, and you were trying to give this situation another chance. I mean, who knows? Maybe you thought things would get better, or maybe one of you learned your lesson, or maybe you were just, hoping that that was going to be the last time it would happen. Okay, but here we go again. And that's why things don't feel stable. Okay, you want security, you want consistency, and you want to know where you stand. Okay, but it feels like this situation just keeps leaving you with more questions than answers. It's like 1 minute things seem okay, and the next minute you're questioning everything all over again. Okay, that's not exactly a great sign. Okay, that's a problem. And after a while, that starts getting on your nerves. And then by July 16th to the 22nd, this person starts showing you exactly who they are. Okay, they want things their way. And if they don't get their way, they get irritated, stubborn, and you don't want to deal with them when they're like that. And Pisces, you're getting tired of making excuses for the way that they act. Okay, they're the type of person that doesn't like being told no. Okay, they want to be in control, but they don't want the responsibility that comes along with it. Okay, and after a while, you're going to start realizing that this person creates a lot of their own problems. Okay, what you need to understand is that you deserve better than this. Like, why are you settling? Because you're hoping things will change? Pisces, hoping isn't enough anymore. You've spent so much time focusing on what you're not getting that you forgot you have choices too. Okay, you don't have to keep accepting the bare minimum from somebody just because you care about them. Okay, at some point, you need to start putting yourself first. Because to be honest, this person is more concerned about being right than actually fixing the problem. I mean, think about it. Every disagreement turns into a competition. Every conversation turns into an argument. And after a while, it starts feeling like nobody is actually listening anymore. Okay? This could be someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, or even Aquarius energy. Okay? Or they can have initials like A, T, J, M, or R. The thing is, this person hates losing. So instead of admitting when they're wrong, they just keep arguing about it and making things worse. Meanwhile, you just want this person to finally say the right thing. Okay, you want them to be honest and take accountability. But most importantly, you want them to acknowledge what the problem is instead of pretending nothing's wrong. Okay, but at the same time, you're afraid that they're going to disappoint you all over again. Because what if they reach out and nothing changes? What if they apologize and then go right back to doing the same thing? That's the part you're worried about. And by the end of the month, around July 24th to the 31st, I think you're finally ready to stop dwelling on everything that's happened. Okay, not because you're okay with it, but because you're tired of thinking about it. Okay, it's going to get to a point where you're going to stop focusing on what went wrong and start focusing on what's next. Listen, you can't change the past. You know this. But you can decide what you're going to do moving forward. And that's exactly what you're going to do. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. If you're enjoying my Zodiac readings, you can follow me or subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you'd like to book a session, just head over to my website, veloenergyhealing.com, or you could just message me directly. All right, thanks for watching, and until next time, sending you love and light.